that's not it. That's not... Oh, there it is! Just the copy I've been looking for. A few years ago, in this place that I work, I stumbled down to the teacher's lounge to heat up my lunch, and lo and behold, I saw off in the corner a dark room, a chamber if you will, a secret chamber we'll call it. It wasn't secret because someone knew it was there, no one had just told me, but that doesn't matter, it was secret to me. Out of curiosity, I moved slowly to the back and I flicked on the light, and you know what I found? Books! But I'm talking like 1,000 books, all different genres, paperbacks, hardbacks, and I spent a good 45 minutes with this surprise just sifting. There went my lunch period, but it got me thinking about the randomness of discovery. The randomness of discovery, what a beautiful thought. Actually, some of the greatest things and greatest inventions and discoveries have been totally random and out of sheer luck. Which is why I always go back and I visit the book room just to see what I can find, what people have discarded, what they have used and forgotten about, just so that they can place it for somebody else to come by a year later, 2 years later, 3 years later, 5 years later, and discover a treasure. Look at this. I picked up 2 Cormac McCarthy books. Child of God, always wanted to read this. The Crossing, I didn't even know he wrote this one. Found it, it's on my list. I just finished the master class with Walter Mosley. We have one meager copy in this library. The dude's written like 50 books. And lo and behold, a new copy of Walter Mosley. It's on my bookshelf now. And there's tons of stuff that's just waiting to be discovered. The reason for this video that I'm trying to express is that days before, I spent a good 15 hours with these little things, trying to get them to work. This is a newer model of a Kindle. It's a nice little digital tool. I have some friends, another librarian actually who lives all the way over in Nepal, who swears by the Kindle. It's the greatest thing to sit on his trips in his cars and read, and you can have 10 or 15 books. I understand that, but what about the randomness of discovery of a treasure? For me, there's something that cannot be replaced by actually being able to physically pass on a book. And perhaps I'm just like this helpless materialist or something. A helpless materialist. We're all materialists, by the way. We like our stuff. In fact, our existence is based on our tangible connections and communications with people. Books are no different. This is a communication between the author and the reader. But even more important, after I form a relationship with my book, I love the idea of being able to just pass it on and give it to someone else. You will never be able to pass on a book with a Kindle or a digital device. The utility is not only about just reading the words, it's about the experience and the ability to open up a book and smell the musty pages and see people's notes. That is invaluable. Perhaps I'm just a hopeless romantic in that respect. I heard something disheartening the other day from another teacher colleague who's actually returning to the United States. And he said that he got a job interview from a very proud school district that has flown its banners to say that they have gotten rid of their libraries and are moving fully digital. I heard that and I actually wanted to cry. We often talk about the fantastic advancements of technology, and there are many, don't get me wrong. We rarely take a step back and consider the woes of technology or the limitations to some of those natural inclinations that we have as human beings that perhaps we are eroding or degrading in ways that lose the original effect. I'm not being judgmental. If you like your Kindle, stick with your Kindle. But for me, Smee, you're never going to get me off my books.